my name is David Toder and I am a wedding photographer from Kitchener, Ontario. Today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can improve your photos and hopefully create some epic photos in the future. Alright, I have 3 different couples today and we're going to be talking about 3 ways that you can do this. These 3 couples are all in different locations, so it's going to give you a little bit of context of what I'm talking about. So let's jump straight into this slideshow and let's get on with this. So today we're going to be covering emotion, how to be a little bit more creative on your photo sessions, and how a location can influence the photos. Alright, so this is my first couple, Alice and Jack. So this photo shoot took place on a beach. And they were very emotional, and what I mean by that is that you can really see that they were into each other, they loved each other, you know, they were laughing a lot and they were hugging a lot, and the photos really reflect that. So how did I get them to kind of be like that in front of the camera? Number one way is to make them comfortable and relaxed. You know, if you're coming in there and you kind of know what you're doing and you're connecting with them right before the photo session, they're gonna feel a lot more comfortable, and just let them know, like, I want you guys to be yourselves. I want you guys to kind of be all over each other. Don't worry about me. You know, we're gonna be kind of picking the best photos at the end, and that's what you're gonna be getting. So just give them that confidence, make them comfortable. I also like to give my couples constant feedback, and the way I do that is I show them the photos on my camera, just so they could see how they look, the lighting, and a lot of the times they will say, oh, I really love that, and sometimes they say, you know, I don't really look good that way, so they'll adjust for the next pose, and then I'll show them the pictures again and they'll say, that's a lot better. So that's one way that you can boost their confidence and make them even more comfortable and relaxed. And the last thing is direction. A lot of the couples say, you know, what am I going to do with my hands? So what I do is I give them a preliminary pose, and then I kind of give them a little bit of direction on how they can make it their own. So a lot of the times it's just about closing the gap. It's about kissing a lot, or hugging, or whispering something in each other's ears. And I do a lot of fun poses like this one over here, a little piggyback ride. I told Alice to just give Jack a little kiss on the cheek. So this turned out really nice. Okay, so this is Alice and Jack, and like I said, this photo shoot took place on a beach, and it was near sunset, so the lighting is pretty amazing. And you can see, like, Alice is just absolutely in love with Jack, and that's what I mean by, you know, when your couple is very confident, you're gonna really see that in the photos. So you can see this photo has a lot of emotion. You can really see, and you can tell from the photo that Alice really loves Jack, right? Just by the way she's hugging him and holding him and smiling. You know, don't be afraid to smile. You know, tell your couples that it's okay to smile, and it's okay to just kind of let loose a little bit and just enjoy the photo session. Here's another photo. I just had Jack pick up Alice and just kind of swing her around a little bit, you know, bring her a little bit close, give her a little kiss here, you know, and they were both having a blast. And absolutely, you know, you can tell from these photos that these two are having a ton of fun and that they're really into each other. You know, sometimes couples don't really know what to do and they're a little bit stiffer and unresponsive, but if you give them a little bit of direction, you know, they're going to be opening up a little bit more, and constant feedback with the photos. You know, it's just a cycle that gets better and better. Here they are again. This is when this is when Jack let Alice down right after he picked her up. I really love this photo. There's just so much emotion. They're just both having so much fun. Look at that big smile on Jack's face, and Alice too. She's just having a great time over here. And this photo just looks so candid and so natural. This is what I love about these types of photos, when the couples are really, you know, just putting their happiness and their emotion in the photos. Like I said, I gave them constant feedback and they were super happy, and I feel like the more they saw their photos, like the more they got into it as well. Here is one more shot of them. So this is just Alice and Jack just doing a little bit of a slow dance on the beach. I just told Jack, hey, you know, just spin Alice around a little bit, bring her in close for a little kiss. So that's what he did. So they're just having a great time. You know, these photos, even though I kind of give them a direction on what to do in a pose, I'm not really telling them how to interact with each other. I leave that up to them, and this is how I get that candid style of photos. And it just looks really good and really natural. Alright, another way that you can make your photos kind of stand out is just by being a little bit more creative. So there's 3 things that I really enjoy doing, and these things are golden hour. So I like to go out on my photo shoots when the sun goes down because that's best for lighting. Sometimes I use props, not too often, it just depends on the photo shoot. I've been using smoke grenades quite a bit and just adding a lot of color. And with color you can also add like color lighting if you're into that. I don't really have any color lights, but I know you can get super creative with some light painting. And finally, just having some fun and genuine poses. You know, I think this piggyback photo of George and Lisette, you know, it's pretty fun. It's not something that you see in every photo shoot. And I don't think it's something that you should be doing in every photo shoot, but sometimes it just works out for the couple, and you know, you can just get some really creative photos. So let's go through their photo shoot a little bit. So George and Lisette, they had a little bit of a different photo shoot. So their photo shoot was just kind of in an open field with overgrown grass. I brought a green smoke bomb over here, and just look at that. It just looks so amazing. You got the smoke bomb kind of firing off in the background. It just looks like fog enveloping them, and it looks amazing, right? So just imagine if the smoke bomb wasn't here, you know, the photo would be very good, but just that extra uniqueness adds the photo and just kind of puts it over the top. And it just looks so great. Lately I've been using a lot of smoke bombs. Honestly, it doesn't really matter what color you use. I don't even tell my couples anymore. Just, you know, whatever you get, because they all look so good and unique. And yeah, I've been really incorporating this, and it's become kind of a staple for my style. Here's another way that I get some creative photos. I do a little bit of a lens flare. So this was shot with a tilt shift lens, and I'm just able to control kind of the blur and just get a little bit more motion out of the photos. So you see Lisette is just kind of whispering something in George's ear, and you got this little lens flare over here. Let me see if you can see my mouse. See over here on the right side in the middle, kind of got the lens flare from the sun in the upper corner. So I make sure not to let too much sun come through the lens, or else it really washes out the image. So you got to play around a little bit and really fine tune that angle where you're getting some lens flare, but you're not making the photo washed out where you lose all your contrast. And another really creative way that I like to add to my photos is just having the sun in the background. So if you photograph with the sun in the background and just at the right angle, you'll see like around George and Lisette over here, the sun is just kind of going right around their body and right around their hair, and it's giving them that glow. So this is a great time to, this is why I really enjoy going out for sunset photos, because it's really the best lighting that you're gonna get out there. So I just stepped back a little bit. I shot this with a tilt shift, and I just got like a really wide angle over here. So, you know, this photo just looks so much better because first of all, I put some context into it by allowing the background to kind of go in. I made it unique with the tilt shift lens, and second of all, that sun is really coming in, and see, they're not washed out at all. I don't have a lens flare in this, but it's a beautiful sunset photo. And finally, like I mentioned, I really like adding color to the photos. These two photos over here, you can see George just set off the smoke bomb, and just it adds so much texture and so much dynamics to the photo. It looks amazing, right? So these are just a couple examples of what you can achieve. We shot so many good photos. I'm going to put a link in the description below if you want to see this photo shoot or any of these photo shoots that I'm talking about today, just so you can get a little bit more context. So like I said, smoke grenades are something that I've been using lately. I just think they're so fun, they're so creative. Just got to be careful, obviously, because they get really hot. You know, you don't want anything to happen like exploding in their hand or whatnot. I've had good luck so far. I'm gonna say be careful if you use them for weddings. They stain, and you know, I get them to drop it in the grass, and we do stain that grass because the smoke is coming out, and whatever color the smoke is, that's what color the grass turns in. But overall, like, it's not too bad. The smoke itself, if you walk through it, it doesn't really stain that much. It's just kind of smells. Anyways, really fun photo shoot. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for that if you're interested in seeing more. Alright, finally, location. So how can you use a location to get better photos? I like to look for unique landscape features. So this photo in the background, this is Alex and Clayton. I just chose a wheat field. I don't know why, but I think wheat fields look so good, and even the tractor lines or the tractor tracks in the wheat, it just kind of creates a focus point that just leads up to them. I also love the color of the wheat fields, so you get those yellowish brownish tones, which I'm a huge fan of, and it's kind of part of my style as well to use those colors. I also look for open and large locations. I just find that if you put things into context a little bit more and you kind of get the location and just kind of zoom out a little bit and put things into context, it just, you know, it looks much better. You don't always have to be in, you know, kind of in your couple's face with the camera. You know, you just go out a little bit and just kind of catch the beauty of where they are. And, you know, a good location has beautiful backdrops. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? Like, you don't gotta go up like in the mountains or something to get something really beautiful. You know, get creative with your locations. I got a wheat field over here. I bike a lot, so I'm always finding random locations. Sometimes, you know, a lot of the times actually, they don't even have an address, so we just meet somewhere and they say, follow me. We're gonna go in a cool location. So here's Alex and Clayton just chilling in the wheat, and they're just kind of being surrounded by this. This photo looks so good. Like, look at this. They're having a great time. There's so there's so much more emotion in the photos as well. Great backdrop, just the wheat surrounding them, and this is just an overall amazing photo. And the sun is going down as well, so I mean, I kind of lit up this photo a little bit, but it's still a sunset photo, and it's not overly harsh in terms of the light. Here they are again, just kind of hugging the wheat. You can kind of see the backdrop over here. It's beautiful, you know, and I don't know, I haven't really found a way that I can make wheat fields look bad because they just, you know, it's a really big field and the color is all the same, and the couples always just pop out in the wheat field. And there's so much texture in the wheat as well. It's a very natural and organic way to photograph couples. Here they are again, so much fun in the wheat, just like laughing, and it's the same thing, you know, going back to point one, just kind of adding emotion in the photos. It just makes the photos so much better as well. And look at the wheat. You can see over here on the left and the right hand side, there's so much texture in the wheat, and it just kind of makes everything much better in my opinion. Alright, one final photo as well. This kind of ties in everything. You got the great backdrop, great location, great colors. I have them doing like a really fun pose as well. So I actually told Clayton to give Alex a piggyback, but then Alex is like, you know what? Actually, I'm going to give Clayton a piggyback. She's super strong, and he's like, all right, fine by me. So here they are, just having fun in the wheat, and it just looks so fun and so creative. All right, so these are the 3 things that we covered today. And next time you go out to take some photos, just keep in mind these 3 aspects. I'm going to say if you can aim for 2 out of 3, you're probably going to get some great photos. And if you can get all 3 of them, then you're going to get some amazing photos. And if you do one thing really good, usually the other 2 don't really matter as much. So let's say your couples have like a ton of emotion, you're gonna get amazing photos because there aren't very many couples that are over the top. So that in itself is a very unique feature. If you do something very creative that's never been seen before, you know, you can probably get away with a little bit less emotion, or maybe your location not being the best. And same thing goes if you have a beautiful location and you really capitalize on that, you know, and you step back and kind of show the beauty of the location, then the further back you step, you know, you don't have to kind of focus on that emotion and on being so creative, but you can just kind of appreciate the big backdrop. Alright guys, I'm going to be putting up a lot more content on how you can become a better photographer. This channel is basically dedicated to branding, marketing, business, tutorials, and reviews. So if you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to put another video, my previous videos, on 3 ways that you can stand out as a wedding photographer. So if you're interested in seeing that, just click on the link, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks again. See you in the next one. Bye.